Following up on a controversial case out of Fairfax County, it centers on the use of drugs and whether that should play a role in sentencing decisions. Last week, a judge sentenced Rami El-Sayed to 40 years in prison for killing his girlfriend. This was back in 2023. Prosecutors were hoping El-Sayed would get more time behind bars, but the judge cited several factors, including testimony that El-Sayed was heavily under the influence of psychedelic mushrooms on the night of the murder. Our Matthew Torres is at the Fairfax County Courthouse to explain more.
40 years for both charges is still a significant sentence, but prosecutors wanted more. However, the judge found that inappropriate, saying there are mitigating factors, including the defendant's use of psychedelic mushrooms. A jury convicted 36-year-old Rami El-Sayed of first-degree murder and concealing a dead body. Prosecutors say in 2023, El-Sayed stabbed his girlfriend, Cara Abruscato, 17 times and left her body inside a tent at Burke Lake Park. Investigators say her remains were not discovered until a week later, when campers reported a strong odor coming from the campsite.
Based on the facts and circumstances of that conviction and what happened in this brutal case, we asked for the life sentence.
Under the highest sentencing guidelines, the Commonwealth wanted 46 years in prison for both murder and concealing charges. Instead, Judge Michael Devine sentenced El-Sayed to 40 years last Friday, citing several mitigating factors, including his childhood trauma and use of hallucinogenic mushrooms the night of the murder. Judge Devine said, "I believe if you were not high that night, you would not have committed this crime." The judge also said in court a life sentence was not appropriate for someone's, quote, worst day of his life.
We respect his decision. We didn't get what we asked for, but it was clear that the judge was very thoughtful.
Criminal defense attorney Frank Salvedo was not involved in this case, but as a legal expert, he says getting high is generally not a defense. But despite the jury convicting El-Sayed of premeditated first-degree murder, he says judges still have broad discretion when it comes to sentencing.
Voluntary intoxication does not remove your culpability, but it can just reduce the charge from a first degree to a second degree. That didn't happen here, but the judge took it into account in providing a guideline.
During the emotional sentencing, loved ones described Abruscato as athletic, compassionate, and devoted to music and her family. Just before El-Sayed addressed the court and apologized, Abruscato's 18-year-old daughter delivered a powerful statement, telling him, "I just want you to know she would think you're a disgusting pig. This ruined my life." Despite what happened in court, the defendant can still appeal to have a lower sentencing, likely using what the judge said as part of his defense. In Fairfax, Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.